So, oh boy, I was not expecting the dev team to be dropping such big teases and hints for the future of the Space Marine franchise. Now, what I'm going to talk about today either relates to Space Marine 3 or a bigger DLC that could be coming up. So yeah, the speculation is wide open, but it definitely does relate to the Space Marine franchise, the gaming franchise, because Focus Entertainment on their official YouTube channel posted a Titus Talks episode with the voice actor of Titus himself going over Warhammer. And then at the end of the video, they did post the teaser. I'm going to show it in just a moment, but I am warning you that this does tie into the end of the story, the end of the single player campaign for Space Marine 2. And then later in the video, we're going to talk about Metro Exodus and Saber Interactive, the guys that made, of course, Space Marine 2. Some interesting things there. But anyway, let's get into the teaser. You guys have been warned. So here we go. Brace yourselves. And here it is. So it says, what is Warhammer 40K? And an image slides in here. And it says this, they'll be back. And it's very ominous, but it definitely looks like Necron architecture. And it looks like it harkens back to the ending of Space Marine 2. So I think that this could be a very big tease already to an upcoming enemy faction that we will be facing off against. Now, the big speculation right now is, hey, is this going to be happening in Space Marine 3? Or will this be a part of perhaps like an additional DLC expansion happening for Space Marine 2? Now, they have not confirmed anything with expansion. We already have an indication of what to expect from that year one battle plan, new PvE stuff, PvP, and the Horde mode, but nothing happening around a big expansion, at least just yet. I'll keep you guys in the know if that does happen, but this franchise is pretty much good to go for the foreseeable future because of the success of Space Marine 2. So at the very least, yes, I would expect Necrons to be a very big focus for Space Marine 3. Now, there's also more evidence. If we head on over to this article right here, Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 fans have a good idea of which enemy faction they'll fight in Space Marine 3. Once again, warnings about spoilers. And this article does lead us to these Reddit posts right here. Necron confirmed for Space Marine 2. You could clearly see some markings indicating, teasing that this is going to be happening. Plus, don't forget about this right here. So Space Marine 2 is interesting. And don't forget, there's even a data slate, Space Marine 2's audio logs, that reveal Necron constructs have been killing tech priests. You could see these constructs lying about the place. The one below looks like a Canavitex tomb stalker to me. Yes, the plot thickens here, and the community is down for us. As added in any capacity would be fantastic, truthfully. I'd love to see Necrons in current gen graphics. Hell yes, I am down for this, and the world looks fascinating and interesting. And they could do some dark, I feel like they could do some like dark horror stuff with it as well. So yeah, they can add a different layer of gameplay to it for sure. But this might also tie into that Amazon secret level animated project where, yes, one episode will be dedicated to Warhammer 40K as revealed right here. Amazon's new secret level anthology will have a Warhammer episode. Now, they just announced a new animated anthology, of course, called Secret Level that will have different episodes set in a different popular video game worlds. Now, as it happens, we've been onto this project for almost 2 years, finding cast and not knowing exactly what it is. Now we can reveal a few things as they all have been pushed into context with this announcement. And yes, Clive Stanton is going to be reprising his role as Titus in Secret Level. This is going to be freaking awesome to have such a high quality animated episode dedicated to a game that we all love and just have had a fantastic time with. So this is really cool. And yes, they've been working on this for quite a while, keeping it under wraps. So that is just freaking awesome to hear. Now, a lot of you guys are probably wondering, hey, Robbie, you did mention Metro Exodus earlier on. What was that about? So let's take a look, shall we? So check it out right here. It says Metro Dev 4A Games to remain with Embracer after Space Marine 2 dev. Saber decides against buying the studio the Emperor protects. Now, this is interesting because I had no idea this was going on, and I absolutely love and adore the Metro Exodus franchise. And honestly, I was kind of apprehensive to hear that they are still under Embracer, and I still am, because you guys know how they have handled the development studios under there. Either they have, outright sold them or shut down a bunch of studios. So yeah, I'm a little worried. But anyway, it goes on to say this right here. It says 4A Games, developer of Metro series, is set to remain with Embracer Group after Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 developer Saber Interactive declined to exercise its option to buy the studio. Now, when Saber spun out of Embracer via Beacon Interactive, a company controlled by Saber co-founder Matthew Karch, it had the option of bringing 4A games along with it. That is no longer happening. Embracer announced now 4A games as well as Zen Studios, the Hungarian studio responsible for Pinball FX and Zen Pinball, will remain at Embracer. Now, we have a statement here from Embracer's controversial co-founder and CEO, Lars Wingefors, who says this: "We are satisfied with the conclusion of this transaction and very glad to see the great teams and assets of 4A Games and Zen Studios remain within Embracer. They will be important building blocks in our continued journey." You know what? You better take care of the Metro team. That's all I gotta say. They are precious to the gaming industry. Nothing better happened to them. And you know, why would Saber Interactive not purchase them? I think it's just a stability reason. Right now, they are profitable, very profitable with Space Marine 2, and I think they want to take it nice and slow and easy, which is the smartest thing to do. If you have way too many projects going on all at once and you create too much debt, that's when a studio or studios can have and see closures. So yeah, smart on Saber for doing that. But again, I would feel much more comfortable with Saber actually overseeing what's going on with Metro than, Embracer. That's just how I feel about it. But a lot of you guys are probably wondering, hey, Robbie, how is Space Marine 2 doing right now? It's been a little while, been a minute since the game has released. So yeah, let's take a look right here. So check it out. We are currently sitting at 127,000 players concurrently. We are seeing a bit of a slowdown with this game. It is not a live service game. That was not promised to us. So I'm not expecting this to be like, holy crap, we're seeing like 300,000 concurrent players and it's only rising, That's not going to happen, of course. Now, my question is for you guys, do you wish this was a live service game? I get worried when games are live service because they kind of have a tendency of chopping up the base game a lot of times and spreading it thin throughout like years. So I'm kind of happy with the full package that we got with Space Marine 2, but I am really anticipating new content. I really want to see more. But anyway, yeah, let's get into your top comments. Remember, leave a comment down below. It could end up right in a future video. Can't believe I'm creating another video today. Yes, the news keeps dropping. All right, so here we go. My biggest issue is when the squad leader changes or a team member quits, I get kicked out of matchmaking completely. I've noticed this as well. That definitely needs to be looked into and fixed. Furthermore, we have my main problem is when connecting a PvE lobby. After the Thunderhawk cutscene, you are trapped in the battle bars in some sort of purgatory. Alas, there is a fix. If all players run to a white blanket next to a crate where the Thunderhawk was, which we have affectionately named the Freedom Tarp, the loading screen then resumes and you are released to the loading screen and then the mission. As much as I will miss the Freedom Tarp, can we fix this or create an emote that says brother to the Freedom Tarp? That would be absolutely hilarious. That has not happened to me yet at all, but apparently some of you guys, or a lot of you guys, have found a workaround for this one. I think it should be incorporated into the game as a main feature, the Freedom Tarp. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that does definitely need to be fixed for sure. I don't think you guys want to be relying on the Freedom Tarp too much. Then we have, I prefer lore correct armor. Happy to allow more random customization. Currently, in my opinion, think it's in a good place. Having more and more decals and things like furs, etc. would be great additions. Yes, the furs. Let's get those going because, yeah, I've heard you guys mention that for sure, and I would love to see that sort of thing. I just think it would look badass on this armor. Like, I'm envisioning it right now. Next up, they have talked about Apothecary on the website, so we're probably good to go with that class. Interesting. I really hope so. I think it would make an amazing addition to the game. And also, we have, I think, more chapter-specific armor needs to be added. It's kind of hard to get your Space Marine to look like the chapter you want them to in-game because many chapters have unique fashions such as Ultramarines with the Roman Greek look, Dark Angels or Black Templars with their Knight look, and Space Wolves with the Viking aesthetic. Yes, Vikings in space. Now you're talking my language. All right, so there it is. The latest happenings around Space Marine 2. I'm going to keep you guys up to date on all of the news and info that keeps rolling in here. I'm curious to see what happens with these Necrons. Will they actually come to Space Marine 2 in some capacity as some sort of new enemy faction, perhaps as a bigger DLC, or is this going to be reserved for an even bigger project, Space Marine 3? Only time will tell. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time. Take care.